Tigers are trying to get back to 500 for the first time since 18-18 on Cinco de Mayo when they woke up that morning. Our one more thing tonight is truly a remarkable run. This is most games under 500 ever by an eventual division winner in Major League Baseball. The Tigers would have the record for any team ever being that far under 500 to win a division if they come back from the 2.5 game deficit to the White Sox and the Twins and the Guardians as well. Behind them right now, it would be a new baseball record, Dan.
You know what? And they kept saying, you know what? All the talent is in this room to make a turnaround. And you know what? It's one thing to say all that good stuff and say, you know what? We can come back. We can get back to 500. It's another thing to do it, and that's exactly what the Tigers have done.
They're on their way. We will see in the next 5 games in this homestand exactly what it looks like when they hit the road again. Foster Griffin, the trade deadline acquisition against Framber Valdez. First pitch is next. Tigers baseball is presented by Figer Law. It's a humid night here, 78% humidity on a 78-degree temperature. There's beautiful symmetry in that. The breeze is huge. Big breeze.
I like that. Just, you know, as clutch as the Tigers are, breeze is coming up clutch also.
Think it's Drew Brees?
I was going to say that freeze like in Atlanta.
Yeah. Love it. Cloudy skies, but no rain in the forecast, allegedly. Thank goodness we missed that derecho that ripped through the middle of America. That was awful. The storms that came firing through the plains, etc. Not a whole lot of wind here. StatCast 3D powered by Google Cloud. Let's do wind speed by height while we have a moment. Framber is not out of the bullpen as yet. It's growing. It's growing. We're all the way up to max wind speed of 15 miles an hour at 120 feet. Then up to 150, the max wind speed is 18 and change. As expected, like heat, which rises, the wind will rise as well. And honestly, that was just a cheap way for everybody in the truck to show the anemometer again. That's all that was. That was a long con, like Sawyer on Lost, to just get us to the anemometer.
Well, but look at that. It looks like the wind's blowing pretty hard when that thing's spinning around. But that's that 15 mile an hour, I guess, up in that vicinity.
Here comes Framber out of the dugout, and we are just about ready to rock. Tigers and Guardians, game number 2 of this 3-game series. And the starting pitcher, presented by Woolside Windows, is Framber Valdez, who faces this Guardians team for the 2nd time this year. He did have some walks in that first meeting that were rather uncharacteristic for Framber against a lineup that looks quite a bit different from that first appearance.
Yeah, and again, it's just all about just when will he establish that curveball, and if he's got that curveball, he is going to be really tough. But he had a really nice road trip, and he had good curveballs in both those starts that he threw, pitching 14 innings and allowing just 2 earned runs. And the curveball was really, really good. He's throwing first pitch strikes and getting a lot of swings and miss.
He's going to face this order. It's once again Stephen Kwan at the top of the card. You see OPS this season for the Guardians, 800 for Chase DeLauder. Stephen Kwan has once again been an on-base machine, not only against the Tigers, but the rest of the league. His on-base actually 35 points higher than his slugging percentage for the year. And here is how Framber Valdez threw to Stephen Kwan, who saw a couple of walks eventually in his outing. It was sinkers and curveballs, and that was it.
Yeah, it's kind of, I've always said, you know, pitch him away, play him away. See if he'll hit those nice little lazy fly balls out to left field. And Tigers have had some success when they've done that.
How about the defense behind Framber Valdez? You got it?
Yeah, a little bit different. Ben Malgiri out in left. Max Clark becoming a staple out there in center. New player, Corey Jolks, just up out in right field. Across the infield, Kevin McGonigal making a couple real good plays yesterday. Javi Baez, Hao Yu Lee, Spencer Torkelson, and the big fella Dylan Dingler behind the plate.
So Corey Jolks, who is from the Houston area, he's a former Houston Astro, former White Sox as well. He was in AAA with the Tigers in Toledo. Riley Green on the injured list, and there are ramifications. Number one, the power you lose in the offense, the left fielder as well. But as the Tigers hit in this game will explain the deferral of left-handed at-bats and how it might impact the lefty bats that are still in there, especially in bullpen matchups. For now, Fromber to Stephen Kwan, and we are underway with ball one. Kwan has tied the longest active on base streak in Major League Baseball. It's at 26 consecutive games, tied with Munetaka Murakami of the White Sox. Something to file in your mind for when Chicago's in here Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
And Kwan, yeah, hitting .412 during that 26-game streak.
Fromber's 1-1 is in for a strike, a sinker, 1-2. Now Kwan got to 2 strikes against Drew Anderson to open the game yesterday and punched a single to center on 0-2.
Yeah, we'll see if he breaks out that curveball right away, or maybe even that slider. Ooh.
I like that. I like that sound almost as much as the sound you made when you said Corey Julks.
What sound did I make when I
You said, ooh, new player.
New player,
I
yeah.
thought Lars Nootbaar was going to.
Then that swing by Stephen Kwan, I think he was looking for something other than that sinker. Just barely got a piece.
Now will he get the breaking ball here? It's a slider away. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Kwan. The White Sox lost last night, so it's 2.5. The Tigers are behind Chicago for first place in the Central. It was a comeback from Cincinnati on Pope Hat night for the White Sox. 2-2. It's down. It's 3 balls, 2 strikes.
It just looked like a little different delivery from Fromber. Very deliberate, almost like changeup. Do I really have a lot of confidence in that pitch?
That's ball 4. Leadoff walk for Kwan, so that's his 3rd walk against Fromber in 2 starts this year. So Chevy's strongest player is Chase DeLauder, who last night did something for the first time in his major league career. He hit 4 baseballs 99 miles an hour plus.
Yeah, he had some good swings, and it didn't matter who was pitching in that game. It was, I'm going to hit the ball hard somewhere.
So he gets a first pitch curveball. If you're wondering who does that the most often, this is 4 batted balls of 99 plus. Not a shock Fernando Tatis Jr. would be there. Not a shock that Dylan Dingler would be on that list as well, considering what we've seen from him this year. Oh, and 2 on DeLauder. Right side, Hao Yu Lee is not able to snare it. It trickles into short right, and that brings Kwan to 3rd. So 1st and 3rd, nobody out. Lee with a dive was unable to reel it in, and we'll see how Fromber responds.
You see that it was a curveball. It's not a bad pitch. It's down and away from DeLauder. He did that to Drew Summers yesterday on a fastball that was up and away. Somehow, with those big long arms and big bat, he's able to somehow hook that ball to the left of Hao Yu Lee, just out of his reach to get a base hit. But man, he's covering the inside part of the plate and the outside part of the plate really well.
Now Ramirez takes a ball. So for Fromber Valdez, when he's had a strong first inning, he's generally had a strong outing, and he's gone 7 innings, a couple starts in a row now. Got to work his way back here against Ramirez. Fromber, 7 innings, last 2 starts, last 3 overall. He's been much better with runners on. He's going to try and continue that here. He'd trade 2 outs for a run, certainly. Check swing, no go, 2-1.
Yeah, that's one of the big downfalls of this Guardian team since they've lost 14 out of 18. It is they are not doing anything with runners in scoring position.
Ground ball foul, 2-2. So if you could get a strikeout of Ramirez, and then you could fish out a ground ball from Joe Adell, who rarely hits the ball on the ground, you'd take it, you'd smile, and you'd call it a first inning. Adell hit the ball well last night. 2-2.
Tried to get that strikeout too with that changeup going down and away. Jose Ramirez just able to stay back just long enough to line it foul.
Jose Ramirez in the middle of the longest streak of his career without an extra base hit. Two and two. And that hit him. Bases loaded, nobody out.
Well, one of those starts that you don't want to have, but you just got to rebound right now and just somehow figure out a way to get that ground ball right at one of those corners.
First inning OPS against Fromber this year is 866. The highest OPS other than that is 744. That is 122 points higher in the first inning than any other inning in a Tiger uniform.
Yeah, it's sometimes, you know, if you're going to get to the real good ones, you got to get to them early when they're making that transition from the bullpen out and they're just kind of feeling their way through.
Ground ball second base. Lee gets it to Baez. The turn is a double play. 4, 6, and 3. Cleveland takes a run, but 2 outs is the swap. It's our Liberty Mutual field coverage and much needed for Framber Valdez.
Yep, and he got the ground ball that he was looking for, and it was hit hard right at how you Lee perfectly executed. Just one step to his left. Gives Javi Baez that nice feed, and Javi with that good throw over to first. Now you just got to strand that next runner. You know, big pitch right there, big 2 outs. But again, the biggest one is right here.
Angel Martinez slices this down the left field line. It's a fair baseball, and it's 2-0 Cleveland. RBI double on the first pitch he sees, and the Guardians have doubled their lead.
Another changeup, and it stays over the middle a little bit, but it's down, trying to work its way through, right off the end of the bat, right over Kevin McGonigal's head, right down the line.
Here is Rhys Hoskins. The other piece of that first inning stuff, Dan, is Framber Valdez has walked more batters in the first inning this year than any other inning as well. He's walked 12 and hit 4. That's a season high in any inning for both categories.
And a lot of that, again, is just when he has that curveball. The curveball looks sharp right now, but a lot of times it's feeling his way through it. Can he throw it for strikes? There was a one that he threw that was a good pitch that got hit. See, I mean, that's a good curveball. You know, and sometimes they're going to be able to hit some of them. Looked like a couple of change-ups. You know, the one by Angel Martinez was a good pitch, just right off the end, just out of everybody's reach.
We got a balk.
I think the ball launched.
Oh, it got into the chest protector. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. We saw that once last year. The ball ends up in Dingler's chest protector, and so it's a dead ball and it's one base.
John Lipka was all over it too. As soon as he realized that, he came firing out of that, realized that it was in the chest protector, and signaled right away.
can't say that's a new one, but we have seen it more than you would imagine.
Yeah, I mean, it's just perfect right up underneath the face mask and right down underneath the protector. All right, so you had that fourth out play in Toronto. Now you have that, you know, so a little bit of everything in the last few days. So again, just getting that, being able to throw that pitch for a strike, that curveball. So it's not that he just seems to be overly wild with it, still landing that curveball, which he needs to do. It's just the one that got away from him where he hit Jose Ramirez.
Swing and a miss, strike 3. Tough start when you need innings for your bullpen. 2-0 Cleveland.
Some people might.
Tigers batting order presented by your Southeast Michigan Ford dealers. It is OPS this season. Gleyber Torres at the top of the card. McGonigal moves down to 3 to kind of break up all of the right-handers in a row, though it is a lefty starter, Foster Griffin, on the hill. The Tigers are righty heavy today and likely will be for the next couple of days against Griffin and then Messick and then Anthony Kay of the White Sox. But Foster Griffin came over with a sparkling cutter that he's kind of trying to find in a Cleveland uniform.
Yeah, he's been having some issues with that cutter over the last couple of starts. And how about this?
No.
Something new?
Yeah, finally, a pitch com issue. We just never see these.
No.
Plate umpire John Lipka is talking to Griffin. They're looking at one another. Maybe the volume was too low.
Boy, Austin Hedges was burning a hole through him. Those eyes, that stare.
Do you have the Wi-Fi password? You mind sharing it with me?
Still can't. Still having trouble.
Did you try Control-Alt-Delete? You know, little known fact, there are National League PitchCom manuals and American League PitchCom manuals. And when you switch leagues,
they're not the same frequency, right?
No, there's a compatibility issue. It's like traveling to Europe with your phone charger. You need an adapter, and you don't know it until you end up in Dublin and you have a 15% battery on your phone.
It's different currency. You
yeah.
know what I mean?
Well, they're driving on the wrong side of the road. PitchCom's on your wrong ear.
One's a fastball, two's a curve, three's a slider, wiggles a changeup. First sign after 2 is the pitch with a man on second.
Do you have another one, says John Lipka. Where is the nearest PitchCom factory?
The convenience store.
Anybody got a burner PitchCom?
Use Rocchio's.
Yeah, take one from a fielder.
He's
gonna.
Yeah.
Here, give it to me. I need this. That poor bat boy doesn't know who to give what to.
Right.
Hey, I'll trade you a Barry Bonds for your McGuire and Sosa PitchCom.
I want it. You take it.
Now, anybody ever ask, maybe it's Hedges and the transmitter's not working? Maybe the receiver's not the issue? We got a thumbs up, though. It looks like we're ready to go. Hedges is like, what are we doing? We got a timer since the last pitch on the score bug. We got steps for the bat boy, too.
230 foot. I mean, that's ball 10, isn't it? Or
yeah,
like
a couple walks.
Yeah.
Gleyber Torres. Now, if he crossed him up on that, I'd have laughed harder than I've ever laughed before. Oh, and 2 to Gleyber Torres. to shortstop. It flattens out. Nice pick by Rocchio on a weird adventure for that ball to shortstop. And there's one away as we give you the Cleveland defense. Angel Martinez in left, Kwan and Adele. Then Ramirez and Rocchio, Hanau and Hoskins, and Hedges is the catcher. We've heard. Whether or not Foster Griffin has heard is what was at issue.
It's just thinking, I mean, he's listed as having 7 pitches. Maybe it just short-circuited. I mean, four-seam, sinker, cutter, sweeper, changeup, curve, occasional split finger.
You ever see them in concert? Occasional split finger?
The country, right?
They travel with a cello. Yeah, it's nice. 1-1 to Dingler. Fouled away first base side, a ball and 2 strikes. So Riley Green on the injured list. Dylan Dingler and the offense shape-shifting a little bit. And it'll be interesting to see how managers play their best left-hander out of the bullpen and who they target as Dingler takes a ball. Griffin was actually thinking that maybe he had strike 3.
Yeah, he spun off that mound. I don't know if it was his foot caught in the landing area. He kind of kicked a little bit out of the way, or he was kind of turning his back because it was a strike.
Ground ball, third base, and a juggle Ramirez. And that is going to be Dingler on at first. Boy, oh boy, Rocchio and Ramirez were kind of caught in between there. Ramirez wasn't very aggressive at all with that ball.
Yeah, we saw him make that error last night on Patrick Bailey's throw down to third when Javi was trying to steal, and that just clanked off his glove.
Dan, that is the hand with the hamate bone issue.
Yeah.
It's happened twice in the series. Now, you don't know if that is the reason per se, but it is worth noting that that is the hand where he had the hamate surgery as McGonigal takes inside once again. But that glove, that bright green glove, has not nearly been as stable as it normally is from Ramirez.
You know, we were commenting, yep, they're going to challenge
ABS
this.
challenge powered by T-Mobile.
Pitcher's called the ball. Catcher's challenging.
Let's see. It's either 2-0 or 1-1. And it is a strike, just barely.
Cleveland has 2 remaining.
Wow.
There's that veteran Austin Hedges, not afraid to challenge in the first inning. That's a big challenge for him to be successful too. But just that glove too. You know, we were commenting on it last night. Hadn't seen him wear that glove before, and you wonder if it's specially made to provide a little bit more padding, you know, to protect that hamate, like you said.
It's a hook bone in his hand, the hamate is, as McGonigal flies it to center. Stephen Kwan is underneath, and he's got out number 2 in his hand. Well, this has been a rather eventful first inning. A couple of free base runners for Cleveland, ended up with a 2-run first, then PitchCom tech support. Hope you enjoyed the hold music. And here's How You Lee to take ball 1 from Foster Griffin. One for Lee. Tigers have seen a lot of right-handed starters recently, so this lefty lineup is fairly rare in recent memory.
Yeah, it is. When you think about all the faces.
How You Lee deposits that into left center field. It's up the alleyway enough for him to think about second. He's on his way there. The ball gets away, but it's backed up by Rhys Hoskins. A double for Lee. Dingler to third, and the Tigers have a chance here in the first.
Boy, and How You Lee is just one of those guys that has seen his playing time gone down a little bit, but boy, is he doing a good job. Gets a tough pitch, change up down and away, and stays back to line it back up the middle. And just that good base running never slows down. makes that turn and makes it into second base easily.
Riley Green can only watch right now on the 10-day IL with the hamstring injury as Torque will bat and Griffin misses down in the dirt, ball one. Spencer Torkelson has worn out left-handed pitching this year. And Griffin really does throw just about everything he's got to right-handers, including that slow breaking ball 1-1.
Yeah, you see that was a sweeper, slightly different, almost the same shape as the cutter that he throws, just a variation in speed.
And then he throws the cutter right on back of it, and it's usually somewhere in the 9 to 10 mile an hour difference range.
You know, and I think when I watch this a little bit, Tiger fans will, you know, think of Tyler Holton with his cutter, how he likes to backdoor the cutter or go inside like he does to Spencer Torkelson on that last pitch.
That makes sense.
You know, and then he throws all of the other pitches off of that cutter.
Torque levels it. Right center field. This is gap worthy. We are tied. Spencer Torkelson gets out the catapult, and we're even at 2. What a response by the Tigers.
And they take advantage of the error by Jose Ramirez, and Spencer Torkelson continues to just take what the pitcher gives him. Just had that talk to him on that road trip about I want to be known as a good hitter with power, and right now he's turning into just that. He's not trying every swing to hit a home run. He's just taking what the pitcher gives him, and he drives in 2.
That was a sweet swing by Torque. Hot corner. This is OPS with runners in scoring position since the break. You know what's going to make you a lot of friends in a city you play baseball in? Getting hits with people on base. It might not be the most reliable reference point of how good somebody is at baseball, but you do it at the right time, you're going to get more meals for free than not.
You know, I just think too that the Guardians came out, you know, after taking it right down to the wire last night, the top of the 9th inning, and they come out and score 2 runs, and they're feeling good, like, all right, good start, and all of a sudden, oh man, we're tied 2-2. So talk about, yeah, runners with scoring position, but what a deflator.
Especially in the context of last night. It's a great point, because they have really struggled to score. Cleveland has this year, and struggled to come back in games. Now you've lost that lead that you built up. You worked pretty hard to build up.
And if you're Fromberg, it's like, oh, hey, new start. It's like 0-0.
Hot corner, active hot corner. Wow, first time they've scored 2 or more runs in the first inning, both in 15 years. That's how low scoring these have been. That's strike 3 called, no challenge from Algieri. Inning over, but Dan, you said it, the error opened the door.
That was the big play right there. You got to take advantage of it if you have an opportunity. How you lead with a double, then Spencer Torkelson back-to-back doubles, tie score, going to the second.
Hurry in during the G.
Tied at 2, top of the second inning, and some stunned looks in the Cleveland dugout after the Tigers responded with 2 runs of their own, as Javi Baez will snap off a throw to first and take care of Hanau. We're out number 1. Jose Ramirez frustrated during the break, and you don't see that from him very much. He cannot play like the guy he wants to be right now, whether or not it's rust or the hamate or whatever it is. He doesn't make mistakes like the ones we've seen the last couple days. It is extraordinarily rare, and he has put them on his back so many times.
And that's the thing, you know, that's exactly it. That he's put this team on the back, said, jump aboard, guys, I can carry you, and just very uncharacteristic of him. And he cares. He cares. He doesn't like what's going on with this ball club right now.
Well, you see the playoffs slipping away. The Tigers were in this last year. The American League was in it in 2024 with the way the Tigers came storming back. As this is off the mound to second, Lee captures it well and throws out Hedges, 2 gone. We showed you in one more thing that the Tigers would be the first team that was ever 16 games under 500 that came back to win a division. Now, it would take some doing, because this is still a 4-team race. The Twins and the Guardians are definitely involved. Minnesota was a winner earlier against Baltimore in their series finale to close to within a half game of the Tigers for second place.
You know, and take advantage of it too. If the Guardians aren't playing very good baseball right now and having their issues, take advantage of it, because there's a 4-game series coming up in September, and you know, you never know if they're going to right the ship and be playing a lot better then. Especially
with the Tigers having to play there, as you said. Not only are you playing them, but it's at their place.
And it's 3 with the Twins right before them, and they're just you know, right on the Tigers' heels too.
2-0. There's that curveball to snare a strike to Rocchio.
Yeah, 2 quick outs here. Fromber wants to do that. Just put him to bed right here.
On 2-1. That's a strike.
And that's what he's been doing, and it's got that nice break to it, but he's been throwing a lot of strikes with it, like he has. Falling behind Rocchio, 2 balls, no strikes, 2 curveballs to get back in the at-bat. Now how will he put them away?
Rocchio slices it to left. That's down for a base hit. So it will flip over to the top of the card. Rocchio safe at first. Brian Rocchio, we're missing him during Players Weekend, but he has something in common. Brian Rocchio does with you, Dan.
Not a birthday.
It's a dog lover.
Oh yes.
So on Players Weekend, Brian Rocchio had his bats emblazoned with his dogs. He has dogs on his bat. There's a ground ball left side, and that is a Stephen Kwan base hit. I thought Bazzana was the cricket guy.
But isn't that a Stephen Kwan at bat? That's a hit. Just taking advantage of. Okay, there it is. I find hit them where they ain't. Fromber's looking over like, I got a ground ball. What are you doing?
That's where, though, like, you got to put that one out of your head.
Yeah.
Because he's not supposed to hit the ball there. See what he's done against Tigers this year. Only the White Sox have seen him on base more, as DeLauder hits a mountainous chopper. Hao Yu Lee handles out number 3. Tied at 2, bottom 2 next, and guess who's coming to dinner? Max Clark in his second game at Comerica Park will lead off when you come back, if you choose, and we hope you do.
Tiger Law knows what it.
If the Tigers score 3 or more runs in this game, you can visit a participating Arby's location tomorrow and receive a free small order of curly fries.
Max Clark takes a strike, 0-1. If you're going to win tonight, you're going to get curly fries.
That's going to say, well on their way to curly fries.
Time called by Max Clark. He says thank you, by the way, to plate umpire John Lipka.
I was going to say how confident he is just all the time right there, calling timeout and then thank you. Yeah.
Thank you. One fades outside. It's a ball and a strike.
The thing that I've liked too is just how they called Max up, and here you go. He's in the lineup. It doesn't matter if it's a right-hander, a left-hander. It's figure it out. We trust that you can hit him.
A slice to shortstop on one hop to Rocchio, who just got him under the wire without a helmet. And one away as it's time for a call Sam best call. It's Javi Baez, who we've talked about how important he can be to this lineup, running into a home run every once in a while, playing defense, the tags. This is since last year with Javi Baez and without Javi Baez. There's also some run protection in there as well, but this is the headliner. The winning percentage is massively different.
It is, and it's just there's a big effect that he has, and I think there's something going on with his presence in that clubhouse. You hear about when he shows up, if he's on the injured list, how everybody erupts and everybody's in a good mood when he just shows up. And then all the position he plays, he's just so excited when he goes out to play in center field. He's so fun to watch out there, like he's at a Sunday picnic catching fly balls. Moves to the infield and plays shortstop, second base.
Popped up, short center field, and playable for Kwan. 2 down, and now the newest Tiger, Corey Julks, will bat. Corey was down in AAA Toledo. He's played 166 major league games, got 9 home runs. He has been, at points in his career, a threat to steal. His first year, he had 15 steals in 93 games.
Yeah. And he was in camp with the Tigers, and he put on a good show. And he's got that pop. He's Whitman right there, 15 home runs down in AAA.
Ball 1, Johnny Kane, hello.
Yeah, you see Julks wearing number 44. That was Justin Henry Malloy's old number. But our Henry Ford health injury update, obviously the fact that Riley Green's now on the 10-day with that right hamstring injury. As far as the corner outfield spots, you've got Julks. Obviously, he's got an opportunity today to play center. Now, Jerry, who came in, you've got James Outman. Certainly, you could put Zach McKinstry out there as well. Hey-oh.
Corey Julks fly ball straight away, and Kwan is underneath. Hold that thought, Johnny. We'll get back to you coming up shortly, but this from our sponsors first. We're tied at 2 on the Bet365 scoreboard. Tomorrow is Tigers Foundation Day. You can get an exclusive collectible and help power the Tigers Foundation's work across Michigan. Get details at tigers.com/Foundation Day. We look forward to raising some money tomorrow with your help here on the telecast on Detroit Sports Net. You can scan the QR code if you'd like for more information. Go to the website we mentioned moments ago. It'll be fun tomorrow.
It will be. I know I want to bring a smile to somebody's face, pick up one of those items and give it to a kid or a grandkid. I know I recently did that with a McGonigal jersey, and I was king.
Yeah, you were. What about an Alan Trammell signed baseball?
That might be one that I'll pick up.
You see it, right?
I've got quite a few Alan Trammell souvenirs.
What about a plush squirrel?
Autographed by Jason Benetti.
If you want.
Yeah.
I don't want to be the guy that devalues the squirrel. I'm told that they are selling these in the D shop now. Plush squirrels.
I'll tell you, get a Sharpie, Jason Benetti on there.
Line drive third base. That's right at McGonigal, and Ramirez is out.
He wanted to do something in that at-bat, too, after that error, and comes up and maybe a little bit aggressive, and then finally gets that curveball and hits something hard, 100 off the bat, right to McGonigal at third.
One down, Joe Adell, who swings through a curveball. That's more like it. That's what you were talking about in the open, that curveball from Fromber.
Yep, and that's what he uses it for, right there to get strike one, but also to put hitters away with.
Oh, 2. I mentioned the Tigers are 2.5 back in the division. It's Luis Castillo against his former team, the Cincinnati Reds. Cincinnati at the White Sox as this goes to third. McGonigal lets it rip wide. Kevin misfired, and Adele is safe over at first. He just pulled it. He rushed it a little bit.
I was going to say, he played it into a good hop by backing up, and he's got plenty of time, just made a poor throw. I mean, we've seen him make those really good, strong arm throws. Just kind of threw it away. Very uncharacteristic.
Here's Martinez, who goes after the first pitch again. Kevin redeems himself. 5-4, and that's spiked into the ground. Martinez slipped as he came around first, so an extra out again for Cleveland. Hao-Yu Lee had time as well and ripped it into the ground.
Boy, that's one of those things after you make an error, it's just like, oh, please hit me the ball again. I want to get out of this inning. And he makes a perfect feed over there. And Torque, I mean, more than 9 times out of 10, comes up with those. Fromber wanted that, but now he'll just have to get another ground ball and get out of this inning.
Well, Hao-Yu knows that he's got to make a better throw than that from second base as well.
I mean, nobody really bearing down on you, and you have plenty of time to make that transfer.
And you know, you can be critical of Fromber on the first inning for the pitch count and the walk, whatever. These pitches that he's throwing extra right now are certainly not on him. He's done his job.
Yeah, and I just think, you know, I mean, we talk about Jose Ramirez making an error. I mean, so, you know, Kevin McGonigal is human too, and I highlighted the great plays he made last night, and every now and then you're going to throw one away.
That's right. But back to back,
yeah,
it's now incumbent on Fromber to pitch around. Two and 0.
Yeah, this is one of those dangerous hitters too. I know the batting average is not where you want it, 181, but 13 home runs, and it's a dangerous hitter. He's strong. You know, and I don't know, you might be careful right here. A good take. I don't know that you want to swing at that 3-0 if you like a good low ball hitter, but that's just a pitch that's going to be driven right into the ground.
Three and 1. Roll to third. McGonigal again at the line. Lets it fly. Torque is there. Oh, the old Dusty Trail was busy in the top of the third, huh, Dan?
Well, you know what? Fromber gets a lot of ground balls, and the infield's being tested. But Spencer Torkelson, again, he missed that one from Hao-Yu Lee this time. Look at how he plays this. He backs up to make sure he gets the good, comfortable hop. No problem. And whoo, sigh of relief from Kevin.
Good drivers pay the price.
Time for the Allstate Good Hands replay, and it's Kevin McGonigal to close out the visitors' third.
There he is, right down the line, and just on the other end, Spencer Torkelson showing that, hey, give me another chance. I can pick those over there.
First pitch strike to Gleyber Torres. Michael Berdar and Kevin McGonigal having a conversation. It will be interesting to see how teams decide to use those left-handers in their bullpen with Riley Green's absence for 10 days at least, because Riley was the bullseye guy for left-handers out of the bullpen.
Yeah, he was number one, and then not far behind Kevin McGonigal.
That's a high fly ball. It's Gleyber Torres, and it's a Tigers lead. When the dust settles, it's 3-2 Tigers.
Yeah, this is just like the reverse of a happy zone for a left-hander. This is that sweeper that just sweeps down and in to Gleyber Torres, and he just drops the barrel of the bat and fires it over the Tigers bullpen into the seats to put the Tigers in front.
Riley liked it. Gleyber Torres, good to have him in this lineup. And it's a good time for the Tigers to face some left-handed pitching. Here's a parachute to center. Kwan is on it, and he tumbles into a landing that is smooth for out number 1.
Well, I think he was fooled on that at beginning. When Dylan Dingler's up there, you just anticipate everything's going to be hit over your head. But he outran that ball and was able to come up and make a good running catch.
I know that wasn't his best read, but he knows this ballpark's dimensions as well as, I would venture to say, any visiting outfielder. You mentioned yesterday the ball that he approached hard to make sure to cut off an extra base.
Yeah. I mean, we're used to seeing him play the wall in Cleveland so well in left field, and then having to play center field this year, and very much holding his own out there. Go Glover out in left field.
Multi-time.
Yes.
Shifting over to center, as he said. 2-0 to McGonigal from Foster Griffin. I mean, we've seen it when you join a new team as a pitcher after the trade deadline. There is some pressure on yourself. I mean, Casey Mize had it happen to him in his first start with San Diego. He gave up 8 earned runs, and we know how much Casey wants to be a good teammate and do right by the team he's joining. Foster Griffin is having a career year in Washington. He changes spots, and you know, he wants to be a force.
Come over here and have the same kind of, put up the same kind of numbers.
He's walked McGonigal, but Gleyber Torres has already given the Tigers the lead here in this 3rd inning on a ball coming toward him.
Yeah, that big sweeper, and just he catches it out in front too. Doesn't wait. Watch where he hits this ball, right out in front.
And watch the dugout. Ben Malgeri's all over it. He knew off the bat. Ben was first. I love watching the side swing replay because you never know who's going to be all over it. Max Clark was just kind of hanging out. Malgeri's like, that's a homer.
Yeah, you can always tell the pitcher certainly knows it in that dugout. They just hear the crack and the trajectory, and that's the first swing and miss of the night for Foster Griffin.
That's wild.
Yes.
A 1 to lead. But I was just going to say, you know, there's no good time to lose Riley Green. He is an impact bat in the middle of the order. But this is 3 straight left-handed pitchers for the Tigers. So 3 of the 10 days will be against left-handed starters, which the Tigers now are pretty right-hand heavy with their impact bats in the lineup. For the most part, McGonigal, Clark, Zach McKinstry not in the lineup, James Outman's a lefty as well. One-two. Hao-Yu Lee rips it to left field. That has some carry, but it is playable for Angel Martinez.
Angel Martinez took a nice route at that ball too. Able to cut it off, but 2 good at-bats from Hao-Yu Lee. You know, the nice thing too, if these right-handers get some multiple days where they're playing more at-bats, you know, that just spells a lot better rhythm, a lot better swings. Hopefully they can get into a groove instead of just 1 at-bat every 3 or 4 games every week.
Yeah, that's the last thing A.J. Hinch ever wants to do, is have somebody calcify on the bench.
Right. I mean, but, you know, if your guys are going good, like you said, Riley Green's not coming out of there. Max Clark's not coming out of there. McGonigal's not coming out of there. Zach plays most of the time. McKinstry plays most of the time against lefties.
And you figure he's going to get in there at some point tonight, defensively or otherwise. Pretty telegraphed throw to first on McGonigal.
You know, he'll do the same thing when he's throwing home, too. He'll come up and kind of hesitate. He did it earlier in the How You Lee at bat to make them look very, very similar so you can't get a good read on them, like that one.
Watch it again.
Yep. Just see how he comes up real slow. And am I going to go to first or am I going to go home? And by the time he turns his head to home, it's too late to really take off. That just takes out of going on first move when he does something like that. When he comes up real slow and then goes over to first and then has the same kind of up real slow and then goes home, you can't really necessarily read it, get a good jump and go on first move.
3-1. Torque lines it foul. He's seen a lot of pitches, though. He saw 5 in his first at bat. He's seen a full count here in the third. Torque beat him on a double right of center his first time.
No, and again, that's what he told me on that road trip was, you know, I just don't want to be known as a power hitter. You know, I'm a good hitter. I'm a good hitter, and yes, I have power, and that's what he's been showing on that road trip. He had a good game last night and a good start to tonight's game.
And he just fought that time. That was a fastball buzzing in on him.
Yeah, that was one of those ones we're trying to figure out what pitch it was, and then, boy, that quick bat to get a piece of it.
Sometimes you extend an at bat on a pitch like that, you get something good on the back end. 3-2. Called strike 3, no challenge. And the inning is over. Gleyber Torres gives the Tigers the lead, though. 3-2 on a Torres homer back in the leadoff spot. Cody Ashe, Riley Green are thrilled, so is Gleyber.
Hurry into the Ram.
A glowing view of Comerica Park from Wire Cam, brought to you by Shaner Roofing. Tigers lead 3-2. Framber Valdez back to the hill. He gets a ground ball to short. Javi Baez is on the case. He'll fire to first and give us a chance to hear from the fine folks at Feiger Law.
If you've been injured in a motorcycle crash, make Feiger Law your first call. Feiger Law. All we do is win. All we do is win.
Canal has been out faster than Hank Kingsley can say his name the first 2 times. He's 2 ground balls to short on 2 first pitches. Framber is ground ball feeder tonight.
He
8
is.
of them.
He is.
For outs, and then the couple others that didn't turn into outs.
And now you see just why H.A. Hinch from the very beginning of spring training talked about, I want to put my best infield out there for Framber. He knows they're going to be active, and they have been tonight.
And Cleveland doesn't hit a ton of ground balls, but when they do, they generally are not hits. Cleveland has a .229 average on ground balls, and part of that is just how hard they hit the ball or don't. Ball 3 to Hedges. It's a pretty low average on ground balls in play.
Yeah, what was that? Almost 20 points lower than the league average.
3-0. That's in. It's 3-1 on Hedges. Tigers famously, as we've talked about, hit the fewest ground balls in all of Major League Baseball. So intra-squad scrimmages are very interesting when they break out. 3-1. It's a little bit low, ball 4. So here is Rocchio, who's got the most hits from the 9 spot in all of Major League Baseball, and don't the Tigers know it?
Oh boy. I mean, he was carrying that offense, it seemed like, back in May when the Tigers saw him here at Comerica. And it's, I mean, carrying the offense out of the number 9 spot, too.
It's wild.
Yeah. 50 RBIs. 9 home runs, 50 RBIs.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
1-0. Rocchio rolls it foul of third, ball and a strike.
I think there was a little bit of time where when Jose Ramirez first got hurt, he might have snuck up there in that top of the order, but right back in that familiar spot that's so valuable right before that lineup flips over.
It is wild to say that Cleveland is 4-12 since Jose Ramirez came back.
Yeah, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, how much you miss him and just, okay, all we have to do is just kind of play 500 and just wait till Jose Ramirez comes back.
So no extra base hits we talked about. 532 OPS. That's on base plus slugging. And again, that is not to knock him. It is to simply say, if they didn't have him the last couple years, this rivalry wouldn't be what it is. They would not have won nearly as many ball games without that guy in that lineup, because that's in the dirt, 2-2.
Yeah, you're really happy he's back, and maybe that was a little bit of it. It was like he came back and everybody kind of took that sigh of relief. All right, Jose Ramirez is back. He's going to put us on his back and just carry us, and he just hasn't gotten going yet. And that's yet.
It's fine by the Tigers.
Yeah.
2-2 to Rocchio. Foul ball lifted back and right. Two and two again. Big chopper to third. McGonigal had to wait. Lee trying to turn. Save. Very close.
Yeah, in real time, it looked that close too, and the only thing that kept that from being a double play was just it was chopped down into the ground. You see that much better throw from how you lead that time. Boy, Torque always does a good job of stretching right out for that baseball right to it to try to just get every inch.
Fromber takes a little walk for himself after the first pitch strike to Kwan. You're right, Torque really did try to save the day on that error in the third, and then did on the throw from McGonigal as Lee accepts this ground ball. It's on repeat, Dan. Same at bat. Tigers up 3-2. Tigers have the lead 3-2, trying to win the series against Cleveland, and we remind you that Grayson Clothiers is the official wardrobe provider of the DSN broadcast team. Dan Petrie, fashion plate.
But just how comfortable is this material, though? That's the thing. It's just so soft, and plus the names that these shirts have come up with magically are the best.
You're going to do that again, huh?
No, but it is.
It went so well in Tampa.
I can't wait. You know what? I even know what we're wearing tomorrow. So, you know.
0-1 is flipped to center field, right of center, and Kwan is there to make the catch. We'll talk about that at some point. But first, a message from the Southeast Michigan Ford dealers.
Lease a Ford F-150 for $399 a month for 24 months. Or returning AZ Plan lessees can lease a Ford F-150 for $299 a month for 24 months.
What are we wearing tomorrow?
You don't know?
I haven't looked yet.
You see, that's what I mean. I just get excited. You know,
Okay.
Purple rain.
Oh, purple rain tomorrow.
Purple rain.
Yeah, it's navy blue, purplish one. Looks a little like
you know,
rain.
with the little raindrops. You know, purple rain.
We're going to party like it's 1999. 1-0 is fouled away back and left by Max Punt. 1-1. You know, Max Clark, though he has swung at more pitches than the league average, his whiff rate in a couple weeks is under 20%, which for a young player in Major League Baseball, pretty good. League average this year is a quarter of the time swing and miss, so he's 18%.
And I think the big thing, too, is you just look at he and Kevin McGonigal and just how well they know the strike zone. And that's where I think it just starts with both of them. And Max has shown that already, too. You know, he generally gets a good pitch to hit, puts a good swing on it. And I just think he showed real good bat control by he's pulling balls, but at the same time getting a lot of hits going the other way.
Over to the pull side as well into right center. That's a base hit. He is storming out of the box, then staggers to a stop. Just in case Kwan didn't get over there, he was ready to make hay at first. He was flying out of the box.
I was going to say, he was flying around first base, and he had to shut it down really quickly. But watch when he gets to first base, just how quickly he's moving. Touches that bag and go, 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 stop. Yep.
But AJ's going to love that because that's exactly the way he says it. Like, you can shut it down. You can't get it back up and start it again. As Javi takes a strike.
And there again, it just pays off by, you know, we're not going to, put you in there just to some favorable right-handers. You're up here, you're going to play every day. And then he rewards them with getting hits like that off of a left-handed pitcher.
That's where the amount of swing and miss, though, is a nice sign because that entire at-bat was spent fouling pitches off, spoiling pitches, and then turning on a 1-2.
Yeah, and got one that he finally liked. Or, as we've seen him do it, tough pitches that he just kind of tucks and dunks in the other way. That's twice in a row now that Griffin has used that little hesitation delivery where he lifts up that leg and almost pauses. I mean, that last time was really kind of one of those borderline, almost stopped. I think that's just, he's doing that because of Max Clark's ability to, he knows that ability to steal a base that he had down in AAA, 21 stolen bases.
Still looking for his first in the bigs, and that is a chase for strike 3 on a changeup to Baez.
Yeah, just that changeup, and I think Javi thought that might tuck back in over the outside part of the plate, and then it went the opposite direction.
You think he was thinking cutter?
Yeah. Yep.
Corey Julks just activated today. Takes ball 1, throw to first, and Clark is forced back. There's that hesitation again, and that's why Hedges being so frisky behind the plate is important. That's a free throw for a catcher. That does not count as a disengagement. So you create runner control with your catcher being alert, and then your pitcher can do this.
And he's got to do that because Austin Hedges has only thrown out 2 runners this year. He's had 37 stolen bases and only had 2 caught stealing. So that just, Griffin is going to have to give Austin Hedges, as valuable as Austin Hedges is, he's got to give him a good shot here. And he's doing that on every pitch.
2-0. Called a strike. Maybe real time from behind home. That might have been outside, but it looked like, yeah, that was challengeable and challenge worthy. I wonder how many guys in their first game with a new team have used a challenge. It's got to be like nobody.
I know, that's what I'm thinking. Like, you know, I want to do it, but I just got here a couple of hours ago.
I don't want to stay.
Right. I don't want everybody mad at me.
2-2 popped up. And now fades to make the catch, and we'll go to the 5th. Time for Tiger of the Day, brought to you by the fine folks at Carhartt. could be literally anybody if they ever played for the Tigers, and it is Ryan Jackson, a former Marlins draft pick, who is now a Pirates mental performance coordinator. He had a home run streak down in Durham, North Carolina, of 8 games straight with a home run in 1994 for Duke University. He was very early on a Marlins draft pick, 1994, just a couple years into the franchise history, and then ended up with the Tigers at the end of his career in the aughts in 01 and 02. That ball stung to right field, and that is going to end up in the seats. Chase DeLauder hits the ball all over the place.
We were watching last night just how he kind of pulls off that pitch, but he still is able to cover the outside part of the plate as that open stance and his hips fly open.
Not that time.
Not
Swing and a miss. Strike 3. 1 away.
And that's what gets tough after that. Showing him the sinker inside, then comes back with that slider. And look at those hips just open up, and you run out of bat. There's just not enough bat left to try to get that outside slider. Really located well by Fromberg to get that first out of the inning.
1 down, Ramirez. By the way, an addendum on Tiger of the Day. Ryan Jackson, before he played for the Tigers, he was with the '98 Marlins, which was sort of that skeleton team that Jim Leland had that went 54 and 108. They won the title in '97. And then all bets were off the next year to go 54 and 108. Some future managers on that team, though. Craig Counsell, Mark Kotze. 2 balls, no strikes. And ball 3 to Ramirez.
Then good for him, just that mental skills that is so important. I mean, it's nothing new. I know I went through it. A lot of players went through it, and it's very important these days. That should be well thought of.
For sure. It's hugely important,
yeah,
as Ramirez takes ball 4. Framber Valdez with a 3-2 lead here in the 5th. Our story so far is everything on the road. Ground ball after ground ball after ground ball after ground round after ground chuck after Groundhog Day. Our Comerica Bank game summary, even a ground ball that led to a glove led to a throw that was on the ground from Kevin McGonigal.
Kind of a theme.
You sense it, don't you?
Yeah. I mean, Fromber's done a really good job of settling in, too, just after that rough first inning.
Joe Adell heaves this ball deep to left field, and this is leaving. Another home run for Adell. And Cleveland has a 4-3 lead, a 2-run shot a night after he homered late in the game in the opener.
Boy, there it is. Just when you think you're just cruising along and everything's going your way, you get that walk to Jose Ramirez. And Joe Adell, who swung the bat really good, gets that changeup, and it stays over the plate, and he gets underneath it. Just like Glaber got underneath it, hammered that just over the Tigers bullpen.
Angel Martinez sears a ball right of center. That's his 2nd hit on a first pitch tonight. Here's Rhys Hoskins. He had that same 2/5 swing twice already tonight.
Joe Adell?
Hoskins.
Oh.
That little holdup sort of wrench his back to keep from swinging. His throw to first on Martinez. Joe Adell has hit the ball hard this series.
Yeah, and he just missed that one last night with the sacrifice fly, too. And again, I'd said it before, you got to be careful with Rhys Hoskins.
0-2. Joe Adell has 2 Cleveland homers, but he put up some quality numbers in Anaheim. Line drive right field and a sprinting catch for Jolks, who put it then on the ground. They're going to give the out. The exchange was the problem, as he was going to try and turn 2 on Martinez, and there are 2 away.
I just got a nice jump on this. This ball is scorched into right center, but Corey Jolks got a good break on that ball. Makes the catch easy. Sees the runner just taking it out. Fumble. Just stays nice and calm, gets the ball back in.
No need to panic. Here's Henao, who's grounded out twice to shortstop on 2 total pitches.
Pretty aggressive, I'd say. Watch the first pitch to this guy.
Yeah. 22-year-old rookie for Cleveland, Angel Henao. So they trade for Joe Adell. They have Martinez and Henao. They have to lead the league in Angels or Angels. Check swing ball low, 2-1. Two-1. On the ground at third, McGonigal has been extremely busy tonight, and he's on target to retire the side, but Cleveland takes the lead on the Adell home run.
One thing's for sure.
What a blast. Gleyber Torres home run, 421 feet. Tigers fans score 2. Unlock your free 20-ounce Baja Blast by registering now at BajaBlastHomeRuns.com. Wouldn't you know it, Gleyber Torres is sponsored by a drink, and then he leads off the inning. Chopper to third. Ramirez snaps into action. It's a throw across the way to Hoskins for out number 1, and this from Rally House, Michigan.
The season starts at Rally House. From jerseys and hats to tumblers for game day, it's where outrageous selection meets every fan's style.
1 gone. Base is clear. Dylan Dingler to face Foster Griffin, who was a high school draft pick out of the First Academy down Orlando way, and actually made his major league debut in this very venue. Nobody was here to see it, but he made his debut here at Comerica Park, July the 27th of 2020. I shouldn't say nobody was here. There were a couple announcers, maybe a statistician, possibly a television producer and director.
Did he get the win in that game?
14-6, he got the win.
Yeah.
Yes. An inning and 2/3 in back of Mike Montgomery. You'll notice it was a sparse crowd. Young Foster Griffin, very young Foster Griffin, throwing to this Tigers lineup that included Nico Goodrum, Jonathan Scope, Miggy, C.J. Crone, Jordy Mercer, Cameron Maben, Victor Reyes, Austin Romine, Jacoby Jones. A couple of his 5 outs.
That was not Bobby Witt Jr. at shortstop either.
You want to know who it was?
Oh.
You know who it is. Son of a major leaguer.
Oh, yes.
Dad was a Dodger.
I know, and he
Don't yell at me.
got hurt. No, I'm yelling at myself.
Ground ball to short. It's Rocchio, who bobbles, picks it up, and throws in time. On Dingler, 2 away.
I know. I keep coming up with Guerrero. It's not Guerrero. It's
not on the game summary.
I know. I was gonna. This is almost like Tiger of the Day tease.
It is. It's got a little. It's like Royal of the Day.
Oh, I can see it too.
Yeah.
Just say it.
Adalberto Mondesi.
Yes.
Raul, his dad, yeah.
Thank you.
That was torture watching you go through that.
Yeah,
It was like
it
a
was.
Clockwork Orange.
Gosh darn it. I just, oh. That's why it's Royal of the Day and not Tiger.
Yeah, you would have been all over Tiger of the Day. You don't need to know Royal of the Day.
I still should have known that.
Queen Elizabeth.
Well, I might have been working that game. I don't know. That's why I should know that. Should know that.
Good pep talk. 1-1. McGonigal sprays it foul. It's a ball and 2 strikes. I'm told we have a Bet365 odds update coming up, and I wonder if it's the odds that you're going to stay with us for the rest of the game. How hard you are on yourself.
Just don't make me guess another player.
Name That Guy, starring Dan Petrie. Oh, you want to guess who the Bet365 odds update's on?
Oh boy. Let's see. Kevin McGonigal.
I think we would have done that by now. Don't you have any respect for Denny Blunt's timing? Fly ball to right field. Adele is there to make the catch. And we'll step aside, but the odds update, actually, Dan, sorry, was on How You Lee. It's brought to you by Bet365. You win the odds update home game.
When you give someone
That's Max Clark patrolling center field for the second time here at Comerica Park. You guys were talking earlier when he legged that single down, took the hard turn at first base. We know speed's obviously one of his biggest tools. In talking with A.J. Hinch before the game, he said, I think one of the things I've noticed with Max in the couple of series that he's had playing center field is he completes the play, never gives up on the play. Feels like there's an internal clock and that internal desire really to complete the play. He said, I guess if you had to pick one thing that impressed him earliest, it would be that. Even on some balls that land in front of him, he says it's a last-second decision to peel off. But good instinctual characteristic. Obviously, when you're patrolling center, you got the intention to catch every ball. Really doesn't hit the off button until he has to. So he's got that speed, he's got the desire, he's got the heart. Going to be fun to watch over the next several years.
Yeah, I thought it was interesting too, Johnny, the way he put it, that he wants to complete the play. And you have to have that in center field. When you're in front of those hedges out there in center and you're patrolling all of that ground, you have to want to complete the play.
To your point, I did like the expression because it makes sense to hear it. It's like, okay, well, what do you mean? I mean, everybody who's out there is thinking like, okay, I've got to make the play, but having the desire to complete it. He said a lot of it comes with the speed for sure, but you got to know your positioning too, where you're at. And when you are learning the new, like learning this ballpark, for example, the 412 is not as deep as it once was back when I first moved to Detroit. But still, you got to learn the warning track, the room you have between, right center, left center field. And so that's why he went out there with A.J. and also with George Lombard, just kind of talking through the visuals, where the ball carries in this park, where it doesn't. And all those things, will come with it. But as far as completing a play, a lot of that comes with comfort of how far do I have to go back, how far do I have to come up, how much room do I have in my left and right. All that stuff will come, but all that comes through repetition, and it can't really be forced.
I think a lot of it has to do with confidence in completing the play,
right.
too. I mean, I just think he's a very confident guy, and he's not overwhelmed with the situation that he's in. And I think that's what makes him good, is the confidence that he has in his own ability.
Sure. I think for any player, but especially that position, I mean, when you're showing up the defense up the middle.
That's foul, 2 strikes.
Yeah. But to your point, Peaches, I don't think that could ever be understated. And you want to have confidence up, coming up here at this level. I think a lot of people, we get excited about, the offensive numbers, right? And we were talking yesterday about, maybe some of this, being late on the fastball early on. A lot of people look at that part of it, but it's like, what are the plays that he can make, like we saw in Anaheim, San Francisco? Where are those, where can he make those plays? I guess it was Sacramento, rather, and then San Francisco. But, getting a chance to see where he can do and really impact winning on the defensive side of it, right? I think that's what's going to be fun to watch, especially at a center field like here at Comerica.
Yeah, and those athletic, dazzling plays that we've seen more of in Major League Baseball with the rule changes and all that. As Rocchio goes down swinging, Kwan is the batter after the second walk of Hedges tonight, you know, we spent so much time talking about the Hedges that Max Clark was in front of that Austin Hedges decided to take it upon himself and just walk over to first. He thought it was about him. You wouldn't blame him for feeling at home.
With all the Hedges, of course.
That wins a Mitty for dissolve of the year, by the way. 2-0. Kwon takes a strike. We haven't used a dissolve in a decade on Tigers TV. That's a Mitty nominee. It's unbelievable. Oh, we reverse dissolve. Great. 2-1. Arch is in there, a strike. 2-2. Just outside on a slider. What a take by Kwon there. That ball flirted the whole way with the outside corner.
And he didn't even flinch at it either. You know, like, I see that's off the plate. Never mind.
High chopper foul, first base side. Ty Madden's been up in the Tigers bullpen. Fromber at 96 pitches. You would imagine DeLauder would be his, and then after that, who knows?
Yeah, you're thinking just Jose Ramirez. You don't want to bring anybody in, but he's just better from the right side. Jose Ramirez is.
3-2. Kwon sprays it foul. With the way he took that slider, would you dare go back to the breaking ball out of the zone?
I mean, I like his slider. It's just on that 3-2, he's also got a ground ball using that sinker.
Ball 4. 2 on, 1 out. The walks have been hazardous to the Tigers' health tonight.
You know, and it just brings up that pitch count too. And Fromber's going to go over 100 here unless it's a one pitch at bat. Did strike DeLauder out on a good slider his last at bat.
Curveball, strike 1.
Just again, just kind of cheating with that front side and then just gave up on that curveball.
Check swing, he didn't. 1 ball, 1 strike.
They're trying to get that that outside corner on him.
Real close.
Yeah, got to be strong to start that bat and just be able to pull that back right in the nick of time.
That's in there, a strike. 1 and 2 on DeLauder.
Yeah, I think he's just looking breaking ball and let it go. Could have challenged that too.
Fly ball, right center. Corey Julks skates over. He makes the catch, and we shall see if that's all. Yeah, I'm not going to finish the sentence. AJ Hinch is up that staircase as fast as you can. Typically, when he's got a spot on his mind to bring in somebody else, and that'll be it for Fromber tonight.
Up to the bullpen now just to make sure that they come in and face a tough hitter in Jose Ramirez. But it'll be from the left-hand side.
Ty Madden on the way. Tigers had the off day on Monday. Yesterday, the Tigers used a bunch of relievers. The good news is, and Manuel De Jesus is active off the paternity list today. Gilbert Diaz went down to AAA, so Ty Madden is fresh and ready to go. DeJesus and Rainey are as well on our wall side windows. Pitching changes. Madden against Ramirez, Dan.
Yeah, and Ty Madden has been pitching and throwing the ball really well. He's in one of those good spots, being relied upon more and more in these kind of situations here. Over the last 8 2/3 innings, he's only given up 3 hits and no runs. See if he can wiggle his way out of this 6th inning.
Challenge coming from Dylan Dingler. He thought he was holding a strike.
Boy, that one just looked good live. Looked like it caught plenty of the plate.
Tiger Law ABS challenge. Dylan Dingler is on it. Strike 2.
Detroit has 2 remaining.
Big challenge for his reliever, Ty Madden.
Especially going up against Jose Ramirez.
Gets some chase on 0-2 with 2 on, and Ramirez sinks with it, ball 1.
And that's been a real good weapon for Ty Madden, that slider. It almost looks like it's got the characteristics of a split finger where it's coming in, and it's a late breaking slider. Goes straight down.
1-2. Took that one as well. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
You just get that feeling he's seeing that ball really good.
Two on, 2 out. 2-2 on Ramirez. Ball 3.
Boy, now you're in one of those dilemmas too. Do you go back to that slider? Just that little nod right there, shaking off just to put a little doubt in Jose Ramirez's mind.
That's popped up. Foul ground, first base side. Torkelson is there to make the catch, and the Tigers are out of it. Ty Madden comes back to get Ramirez.
And it went to that slider, not afraid to throw it 3-2. Got a tough hitter out. Let's go hit.
Tigers trailing 4-3 here at lovely Comerica Park. Here is your game summary. Spencer Torkelson with a big 2-run double early to tie the game. Both teams scored twice in the first, but Joe Adell has flipped the game with a 2-run homer on 1 strike in the 5th. Ty Madden made sure that Cleveland couldn't add on in the top of this inning against Jose Ramirez.
Yeah, this was that interesting at-bat where you could see Ty Madden kind of shaking his head no. I don't think he was shaking the pitch off. It was just a matter of Dylan Dingler wanting to put something in Jose Ramirez's mind, just saying, you know, oh, he shook. Uh-oh, what's coming now? And he went and didn't have any problem throwing a 3-2 slider and got that easy pop-up.
Tigers will face the right-hander Colin Holderman, as that is a fair baseball. It's a tap out for Hao-Yu Lee, and he is the first out in this 6th inning. Hedges pounced on it quickly.
Yeah, good sinker from Holderman, who's just been outstanding for the Guardians this year. You can see that ball. It starts in back of the plate, and just that spin on it just pulls it fair.
That's the margin right there.
I mean, it did. It bounced, you know, what, about a foot in back of the point, and then just because of the spin, just grabbed the dirt and it just pulled it like it was on a string.
1 down, Torkelson, strike 1, and a challenge from Torque. Wall side windows pitcher is Holderman.
Batter's challenging.
Here's a T-Mobile ABS challenge, and it is a ball. Good challenge.
Detroit still has 2 remaining.
Torque vindicated. Now a challenge from Hedges.
Right back.
Pitcher's called the ball. Catcher's challenging.
And the catcher's challenging. It never fails. You get the inflection on the 2nd one in a row. Is it a strike? Yes, it is. Hedges is right.
Cleveland has 2 remaining.
Boy, what an at-bat here.
And now the analyst is challenging. Don't challenge that one.
No, that was clearly low.
Good one there. You live on Baker Street?
You got a good eye.
Yeah, you do. 2-1. That is called a ball. 3-1. Torque gets shaken down by a sinker in. You know, it's interesting. The Tigers have 3 lefties on the bench. It is a righty-heavy lineup. We'll see when A.J. Hinch decides to use those left-handed bats. That fades outside. Good take by Torque. And it's a 1-out walk.
Well,
Maybe
you
now.
said, yep, and you said that Zach McKinstry was going to make his way into this game somehow. But yeah, Spencer Torkelson with that really good at-bat. He was looking for a particular pitch in a particular spot, and he didn't get it. And Holderman, I mean, this year leads the staff, the Guardian staff in ERA with 187, but also had success against lefties. They're hitting just 169, righties 152. He's getting both sides of the plate out this year.
Lefties have a little more extra base potential as that just clips the zone on the breaking ball coming in.
And still between the two is only allowed just 1 home run.
How about a ball down that right field line? He's trying.
Yeah, he's got that low arm angle, Holderman does, and has that good sinker to go along with the sweeper and curveball.
They do have Eric Sabrowski warming, maybe just to try and dissuade A.J. Hinch from any more left-handed thunder. One-two. Fly ball center field. Kwan has room. He's on the drift. He makes the catch. 2 away. Torque remains at first base. And we invite you to be all in and become a season ticket member today. 2027 memberships are available and include benefits like postseason priority access, exclusive member events, and more. Visit tigers.com/memberships. Hope you can join us for next season. As Max Clark takes ball 1, a sinker running away from Holderman. Center field, Kwan again. Now wide open expanse to make the catch and send us to the 7th inning in a 1-run game.
Big dreams.
Upcoming schedule of starters brought to you by Bet365. Another left-hander on the mound for Cleveland. Parker Messick will take the hill against Kader Montero. Coverage starts at 12:30. Quick turnaround, Dan.
You know, you got another nice little pitching matchup. Parker Messick is really tough. You see with that earned run average, and Kader looking to bounce back a little bit from that outing up in San Francisco.
A couple of home runs in that game.
Yeah, a couple of walks, very uncharacteristic too.
2-0 from Ty Madden to Joe Adell, who for his career has been more of a specialist against left-handed pitching. Gives up about 145 points of on-base plus slugging. Adell rips it to the left field corner, and that ends up foul in the corner. 2-1. StatCast 3D powered by Google Cloud. It's Joe Adell versus the Tigers this year. It's not a lot of hits, but it's a lot of extra base hits.
Right, look at that. Just one of those right-handed hitters that is a good low ball hitter. And how about, Joe Adele, too? I mean, the Angel team is going through a lot of turmoil and not going anywhere with that horrible record. And all of a sudden he comes over here. This may energize him.
You would figure.
Yeah.
2-2 for Adele, who was a first-round pick years ago out of Ballard High School in the Louisville area. 10th overall 9 seasons ago now. And he was one of those guys who was sort of a cautionary tale for a while about getting called up too early. The Angels had him up, and then they sent him down. And then he'd come up, and then he'd go back down. And he'd have a stretch of nice defense, then he'd go back down. And now he's found a place that wants him for a stretch run and for a playoff run. As Adele will pop this up into right field. Corey Julks is in. He makes the catch with McKinstry moving into left as he checked into the ball game. And we invite you to join us at Comerica Park September 12th and the 13th. One of Dan's favorite celebrations, Fiesta Tigres, presented by Miller Lite.
Yes, it is.
A celebration of the rich and storied history of Latin players, culture, food, music, and more. Learn more at tigers.com/fiesta. That's the second to last homestand of the year for the Tigers. A little bloop down the left field line foul from Angel Martinez, who has never met a first pitch he doesn't like.
I was going to say, he's been very aggressive also. Had a couple of nice swings off of Fromber.
There are only 3 homestands left after this one in the regular season. Do you believe that?
I know, when you stop and think about it, you're like, oh no.
No, you feel like you're leaving summer camp. You have to say goodbye to your friends. You're not making popsicle stick houses anymore.
And then I mean, and it's going to go quickly too. And the games, you think, oh yeah, there's about a quarter of the season still left, and you're going to snap through those in no time.
0-2. No, we have a good time watching baseball together. Our whole crew here. We're a big happy family. And by the way, speaking of a big happy family, August the 12th is the birthday of one of our famed producers on this telecast, Jason Disick. Turns 13 today.
And you know what? That just reminded me.
What do you got?
Yes, I've got it in my phone. And where's my reminder?
0-2, that is foul. It touched the ground, according to John Lipka, the plate umpire. Dingler thought he caught it clean. Let's see.
Yeah, he got a little piece of it. Hit that little top, and then just bounced off the ground. A scoop.
And he drives it down the right field line for a hit. Julks is over there quickly into the corner, and it's going to be a double for Martinez anyway. Third hit for Angel Martinez. It comes in the 7th.
Well, he went down and got that split finger going down and away. Boy, just a nice piece of hit, just out in front of it slightly, but able to go down with the barrel of the bat and hook it right down the right field line. A.J. Hinch on his way out again.
And Manuel De Jesus was up and loosening. 4-3, Cleveland has the lead. Rhys Hoskins scheduled up. A.J. going into the bullpen for De Jesus next. Tigers baseball on Detroit Sportsnet is brought to you by Wallside Windows, local and family owned, celebrating 82 years as Michigan's leader in replacement windows. And by your Metro Detroit Buick GMC dealers. Runner at second for the Guardians, 1 out. And the little ones are hoping to get the Tigers back into this, and Manuel De Jesus is our Wallside Windows pitching change, and he is in because Nathaniel Lowe was announced before we step aside as the pinch hitter for Rhys Hoskins. So it'll be left on left, De Jesus against Lowe.
Yeah, it's good to see Emmanuel back from the paternity list, and he had that 10-game scoreless streak broken in Seattle, but went out and just started another one in San Francisco with a scoreless inning.
The word is that Emmanuel and his wife have welcomed a baby girl into the world as of yesterday morning. As he misses outside with a sinker, ball and a strike for low. Martinez at second, 1 out, 7th inning. 1-2.
Boy, just look at those pitches right on that outside corner of just dot, making perfect pitches.
One-two coming, swing and a miss. A frisbee dances away from low, and 2 away.
How about just that succession of pitches, going with the cutter on the outside part of the plate, the sinker, and right back to the cutter. And that's just the matchup that A.J. Hinch wanted. As soon as they announced Nathaniel Lowe hitting just .077 with just 2 hits on the year off left-handed pitchers, and DeJesus shows you why.
And now it takes ball 1 on the changeup. Angel Hanao, who has 7 hits in his very young major league career. He's put it on the ground 3 times tonight against Framber Valdez. And he sees a strike from DeJesus. One. He slides home with a strike on a fastball, 1-2.
Boy, these pitches that he's making, he's got a lot on those, and they're just perfectly located.
One-two. Ground ball, fair, hugging the line. Cleveland will add on. And now doubles in Angel Martinez. It's 5-3.
Boy, just inside out of that four-seam fastball. Right in on the hands. It just was able to stay back long enough to shoot it right down the line. Kind of shortened up a little bit, just trying to put the ball in play and just hugging that line.
Hedge is going to wait a moment before he has to step in the box. He doesn't have to be alert to the pitcher until 8 seconds, as we've learned all year from Jose Caballero in New York. There's a strike. Shaner Roofing wire cam has a look at just how infinitesimally close this was.
Boy, and just, staying on that outside corner, and then just decided coming in, and just a good swing, bat on ball.
Base hit to right by Hedges. And now is home. It is 6-3 Cleveland.
It just always seems that there's something that Austin Hedges is going to do against the Tigers. He's already walked twice, and then again got that sinker on the outside part of the plate. Just with that shift over there, how you lead, just can't quite come up with it.
Well, you knew last night when the Tigers had to use quite a bit of their bullpen to secure the opener that there weren't going to be a lot of available arms that you want to burn through tonight. So you hope that Madden and DeJesus could pile up some outs here. But Cleveland has been frustrating at the bottom of the card. Hedges on 3 times tonight.
It just always seems to do it against the Tigers somehow. But boy, after that strikeout of Lowe, you thought, okay. And then just back-to-back hits. The Guardians score a couple more.
1-2. Straightaway center Max Clark is over to make the catch, and that will do it. But Cleveland tacks on 2, and we have the Figer Law 7th inning stretch in a 3-run game.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Detroit Tigers and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Detroit Tigers.
Tigers trailing 6-3 in the bottom of the 7th inning here at Comerica Park. Cleveland added on 2 on back-to-back hits, with 2 out in the 7th by Angel Hanau and Austin Hedges. Colin Holderman to Javi Baez for ball 1, and our CNL Ward on deck hitter is a prospective pinch hitter. James Outman, the left-hander, is awaiting to hit for Corey Julks in his Tigers debut. Julks with Riley Green going on the injured list earlier today. Nathaniel Lowe is at first base for Hoskins after the pinch hit at the top of the inning. One and 2 for Baez from Holderman. Strike 3 on a sweeper, 1 away. Here's a message from Figer Law for you.
If you've been injured in an auto accident, make Figer Law your first call. Figer Law. All we do is win. All we do is win.
We have a meeting coming at the mound, and here comes Stephen Vogt, former catcher. Eric Sabrowski had been loosening earlier. James Outman has been announced as a pinch hitter. 1 out, bases clear when we come back. Tigers baseball on Detroit Sports Net is brought to you by Figer Law. All we do is win. By Menards. Save big money at Menards on all your home improvement needs. And by Corwell Health. Together we can. Cleveland leads 6-3 on 3 2-run innings tonight. And here's some scoreboard watching for you. Twins have won again. They beat the Orioles, won that series 2-1. The White Sox and Reds are in a 1-0 score on a Drew Romo home run. It's a 2.5 game spread in the Central as James Outman gets plunked by Eric Sabrowski. And James going to have to wipe that one off. He gets plugged by the first pitch from the new pitcher for Cleveland, Sabrowski. Got him in the chin, it looks like. Oh.
Wow. It looked like his shoulder into his chin and down onto his hand. I've never seen that.
You don't want to either.
No. And doesn't look like any blood, but I mean just 3 different spots. Shoulder, chin to hand.
He's either going to look a little less or a little more like Jack White after that.
Jeez.
I think Lowe just asked him, where'd you get hit? He said the chin. He missed 2 spots. There's a strike on a curveball for Gleyber Torres. See if the Tigers can make it sting here. Oh, 2. Ball side windows pitching change. Meet Eric Sabrowski.
And Sabrowski's done a good job of holding down right-handed hitters. They're just 13 for 71, 183 average. Usually doesn't come in and go real long. He's pitched just 2/3 of an inning in his last 5 games. usually comes in and just disposes of a couple of left-handed hitters, but he's going to have to get a couple of right-handers here.
See Gaddis getting loose. That one's through the wickets of Hedges. Outman to second base.
Curveball just stays down, just right in that 5-hole. You see Austin Hedges get down and then lift up slightly. Lifts his back up in his backside, and it just shoots right down underneath his legs.
2-2 to Glaber, who has homered tonight. He braces and takes a ball, 3-2. Usually it's a lot of fastball from Sabrowski. There he threw a slider. He's only thrown one fastball to Torres.
I gotta say, and you got the big fella waiting on deck too, Dylan Dingler. And there's that veteran move there just to make Sabrowski think a little bit, calling timeout with 3-2.
Outman at second, one away, full count. Strike 3, breaking ball down, 2 away.
Boy, that slider just looked like he got right up on top of this, and it looked like it went straight down. Didn't have really a lot of that side-to-side movement to it. Just came that bullet slider that just comes right out of the hand and just kind of goes straight down rather than that side-to-side movement.
With the chant of MVP flying through the air, Dylan Dingler fouls the first pitch away, strike 1. Tigers trailing 6-3 in the 7th to rival Cleveland. Cleveland would win the season series with a victory tonight. They're 6-1 against the Tigers this year under Stephen Vogt. Late decision, 1-2.
Yeah, just one of those ones that just a little anxious on that from Dylan.
Takes strike 3. He challenges strike 3. ABS challenge powered by T-Mobile.
This is called a strike. Better challenging.
I don't know.
Well, it's going to be close. Ugh.
Detroit has 1 remaining.
Tigers lose a challenge. 7th inning's over. 6-3 Cleveland after 7. Tomorrow's Tigers Foundation Day. On our broadcast, we'll be sharing stories of the nonprofits and neighbors the Detroit Tigers Foundation supports, and you can help fund that work with an exclusive collectible. Join us tomorrow afternoon and visit tigers.com/Foundation Day for details. Hope you can join us tomorrow for a big day for Tigers Foundation. As here is ball 1 from Emmanuel De Jesus to Stephen Kwan. Top of the card for Cleveland. He has walked twice in the game. Defense has changed once again behind the Tigers pitcher. Zach McKinstry's moved into right, and he is challenged to the warning track for this to make the catch. And there's one away. Kwan gave it a ride.
He did. He's got that sneaky power on the inside part of the plate and was looking for something to drive and just got underneath it.
Here's DeLauder. It's right-handed action again in the Tigers bullpen. Figure that would be for Ramirez again. And a fly ball foul to the left-hand side by DeLauder. Tanner Rainey is up. Tanner, who pitched in 2 games with the Tigers last year, maybe best known for his time in Washington, where he pitched in 190 games between 2019 and 2024, sharing a bullpen in part with Kyle Finnegan.
Got good numbers down in Toledo also.
Right field, down the line, that is fair and trouble. Extra bases for DeLauder. Well, you can walk Jose Ramirez if you care to. A.J. Hinch will go out and make the pitching change first. Tanner Rainey will come in to face Ramirez or walk Ramirez or do whatever to Jose Ramirez he chooses to with a baseball. 1 out runner at second. Tanner Rainey enters in a Tigers jersey for the 2nd straight year when we come back. The AL wildcard standings, Tigers are a half game out of a playoff spot right now. The Texas Rangers at 500 occupy the last spot. Boston has struggled. They're tied at 1 with the Blue Jays. They didn't struggle for like an entire month, so they can struggle for a couple days. They lost 2 of 3 to the Athletics and then have given a couple to the Blue Jays. As Tanner Rainey out of lovely Folsom, Louisiana, our wall side windows pitching change. He is on to face Jose Ramirez and Johnny Kane.
Well, one thing about Tanner Rainey, he's got a very firm handshake and big, strong kid. You remember last year, you mentioned 2nd year in a row the Tigers have had him. He signed a minor league deal with the Tigers in July and then came up in September. Then they DFA'd him and then non-tendered in November, but came back on a minor league deal. Obviously, he's been auditioning to get himself back in AAA. And you know, he's had some stretches where he's been good. He's had some really good stretches. He's a former 2nd round pick going back to 2015 with Cincinnati. So he's got some big league stuff. It's just a matter of him harnessing here with his latest opportunity with this club.
Trying to grab a couple outs here with a runner on and 1 down. Ramirez takes a ball, 2-1.
I'm saying he had good numbers down in Toledo, 42 and 2/3 innings pitched, just giving up 28 hits with 60 strikeouts. And that's what it's always, the biggest thing is just controlling, throwing strikes. Definitely has the stuff.
Three and 1. DeLauder at second. And Ramirez takes ball 4.
Well, you had said he could intentionally walk him.
So you're saying that I anticipated that?
Well, you know, just no, you got the same outcome really, and
yeah,
hopefully you get a nice double play ball here from Joe Adell. One of those sliders from Tanner Rainey, like to Javi Baez. Oh.
Ooh, that's nasty.
Yeah. A little slider going down and away, and see if he rolls over it, hits it right to Javi.
Gravity still works.
I was going to say, I think he's hunting fastball there. That's a good clue.
It is a fastball that he flies to right center. Max Clark takes the off ramp. McKinstry catches the ball. He'll throw it into third and a little bit high off the bounce. DeLauder to third base on a daring but successful play, and 2 gone.
You know, the thing about Zach McKinstry, he's got a good arm, but I mean, look how accurate his throws are. I mean, he threw the one on Sunday all the way in the air, and it was right to home plate. Look at where this is. This is right on the bag. McGonigal's just standing there with his glove and just has to drop it right down on DeLauder.
Two down for Martinez, who is a thorn tonight. He is 3 for 4. RBI double and a run scored. And a first pitch swing yet again. 5 at bats, 5 passes at first pitches. And he's serenity nowing himself on that foul ball.
I mean, that's a good slider from Rainey too.
This ball collapses in, a ball and a strike.
To 98 also. That's going to grab your attention. Last year's fastball average just a tick above 95.
That's a strike, 1-2. Martinez a little look back, but no challenge. Just grazed the zone. Just kicked it on the way by. One, two. Swing and a miss on a fastball, 98, Dan.
Yes, that's a couple of them. One inside, got the call to get it to 1-2, and then comes right back on the outside part of the plate. Little extra hop right underneath it. Said, ooh, how did I miss that?
Some people.
The final giveaways of the season just dropped. This Sunday is a kids-only hot dog hat giveaway. September 12th is a Sugar Skull bobblehead. And September 26th is a Tigers hooded jersey giveaway. Be here early to snag them all. Learn more at tigers.com/giveaways.
You're going fishing with it? Bobberhead?
I need a bobberhead.
You got me rocking and a rolling, rocking and a reeling bobberhead.
A Sugar Skull bobblehead.
Kevin McGonigal is the batter. He'll face Hunter Gaddis, who has struggled to get lefties out this year. 5 home runs, all to left-handers. And McGonigal slides out of the way of ball 1.
Yeah, that's just that typical outing for Sabrowski, just 2/3 of an inning. And even though McGonigal's leading off, just this is that perfect inning, the 8th inning for Gaddis. That's where he slotted in before they turn it over to Cade Smith.
Nasty slider, 1-2. Some defensive changes. Stephen Kwan will move to left. Petey Halpin is on to play center field, and then Angel Martinez shifts from left to right. They move the defense around. Kevin has to shuffle out of the way again, 2-2. Two coming. Winds low and in, 3-2 on McGonigal with Colt Keith next. Tigers trying to use all the lefties they can against Gaddis. He would be the last one available. Valencia remaining on the bench. 3-2, and McGonigal hits it skyward and foul.
Does a good job to spoil that 3-2 pitch. Just trying to do anything he can to start this inning off, get on base.
Payoff from Gaddis. Kevin spoils a slider.
That's what lefties have been doing a lot of damage on. Hitting 323 on that slider with a couple of home runs, and the four-seamer they hit 300 also with a couple of home runs.
3-2, strong sequence for McGonigal. It's a slider that was high. The Tigers have the leadoff man aboard with a McGonigal walk.
Boy, what a good at-bat. Just got a couple of pitches almost in that same location to foul 2 of them off. And then finally just saw one that was just a little bit higher, and because he knows the strike zone, wasn't afraid to take it. Good start to this 8th inning for the Tigers.
Just put a little game pressure on, see what you can come up with. Get that ball rolling here. Gaddis to Keith, first pitch, strike. A lot of sliders early on to these left-handers.
Yeah, it's the pitch he throws the most to him, but again, they're getting for a high average on that slider.
Figure he's going to see the changeup at some point with the way people pitch Colt Keith. Slider again, 0-2.
I'm just thinking about that slider out over the plate. That first one especially, where Colt Keith does such a good job of hammering it the other way.
Oh, 0-2 to Keith. There's the changeup, ball and 2 strikes with McGonigal at first.
See, just kind of got under there and pushed it. Want to throw the changeup up in that strike zone.
There's the changeup for strike 3 and 1 away. 2 sliders, 2 changeups, and that's all.
And that's just the better, much better pitch than that previous one. You could just see him guide it, get underneath with his elbow. But that first pitch, that slider out over the plate, that was the one I thought Colt would kind of go after. Then a better one down and away, then missed badly, and then came back, made a nice adjustment. Got that good arm side run with the changeup to strike Colt out.
Torkelson fouls away a slider that was elevated some. It is more than half the time sliders to right-handers. Gaddis has had Torque hit him pretty well, even being a slider-heavy right-hander. 1-1.
Has done a good job against right-handers, as you had indicated. Just kept that batting average below 200. Has not given up a home run to a right-hander yet.
You know, it's more of a vertical slider than a sweeping, broad batter's box to batter's box slider.
Yeah, it's one of the, yeah, like that bullet slider goes just straight down.
Ooh.
Yeah, look at that grimace on his face too. That one backed up on that inner third. Maybe just a tad late.
Go to first. McGonigal back. Right on right changeup.
Yeah.
From Gaddis, which basically 1 out of every 10 pitches is that.
And right-handers have yet to get a hit on that pitch, so you're thinking, well, that's why he breaks it out every now and then.
Fastball, foul.
Just a little bit of everything. Kind of says, I'll tease you a little bit with that changeup. Take a little bit off and set your eyes to something a little bit slower, and then come right back with that 96-mile-an-hour fastball.
And then the bullet slider, strike 3, 2 gone.
There it was. It's a good example of the way you described it. This ball looks like it's a fastball in the outside corner, and it goes just straight down. Right out of the hand. Look at that. Just right down. Austin Hedge is just shaking his head. Yeah, that's right where we wanted it. Set up right on that outside part of the plate and delivered a perfect pitch.
Last 5 outs for the Cleveland bullpen have been strikeouts, as McKinstry fouls it off his body, strike 1. Tigers led this game 3-2 on a Gleyber Torres homer in the 3rd, but Cleveland got a Joe Adell 2-run shot in the 5th, and then back-to-back run-scoring plays with 2 out in the 7th from Hanau and Hedges have opened up the lead to 6-3. Changeup dances for strike 2.
Well, that's about a couple of really good pitches. Slider in, change up away. Got the ball going in 2 separate directions.
0-2. Line drive right field. That's a base hit on 2 strikes for Z-Mac. McGonigal races for third, and Max Clark will come up as the tying run at the plate with Cade Smith warming in the background. 6-3. Max Clark at the plate with 2 on and 2 out.
Boy, got a little bit greedy there with that pitch. That changeup stayed up. Zach McKinstry just prolongs this inning.
Cade Smith getting loose. Hard throwing right-hander.
Boy, does a nice job of just staying back long enough. But it just stayed up enough. Put a good swing on it. Well, you just think you're ahead 0-2, and you've got that good diving changeup that goes down and away, and leave that one up. Zach McKinstry takes advantage.
They wanted to give Cade Smith more time to get loose. Gaddis has really scuffled at getting lefties out, so they're going to ask Cade Smith for a 4-out save here. Gaddis does not like it. He's shaking his head on the way off the mound. Cade Smith against Max Clark for the first time ever in regular season play next. Hunter Gaddis leaves the game either frustrated with leaving or frustrated with his 2-strike pitch to Zach McKinstry.
Yeah, he wants to. Yeah, I think that is. Yeah, he's angry that that 2-strike pitch he threw. You know, he knows he wants to finish that inning, but that's just that one where he had that good changeup going down and away from the lefty, and he left that one up. Cade Smith's going to ask, and that's how desperate they are to try to pick up a win. They're going to their closer.
First pitch, fastball. Max Clark thought he was going to get one. It's 100. It's foul. It's strike 1. The 3 homers lefties have this year against Cade Smith are all on that fastball.
He's been throwing the ball really well, too. Has allowed just 2 earned runs, or 2 runs in his last 14 games. 15 innings pitched, just 5 hits and 17 strikeouts.
Strike 2, close. That would have been worth a challenge. Two strikes. Clark flares it foul.
Got that good 4-seam fastball, but also that devastating split finger. Hitters hitting just a little over 100 on that split finger.
This one gets away long enough that both runners will try and move. Here comes McGonigal. He is in there. Delayed reaction. McGonigal screams home. McKinstry on the back end to second base, and it's 6-4.
Nobody went for the ball. Kevin McGonigal was just staring at it too, and when he noticed that nobody was going to be going for the ball, he took off. That's that split finger, and it gets by, hits home plate umpire John Lipka, and Cade Smith is looking over, pointing at the ball instead of going over to get it off the mound. He's covering home, pointing at Austin Hedges. No way he can react and backflip it. But Kevin McGonigal realized nobody's going for the ball. I'm taking off.
It was like somebody called timeout. Nothing happened for a moment. Now the Tigers are back on the board, and Max Clark fouls another fastball and triple digits away. McGonigal home with run number 4. Tigers trying to lean into this thing. Max Clark stays alive on a splitter that dove out of the zone.
Boy, that's a good splitter too, and what a good job of Max Clark just to nip that and get a piece of it.
Heater away. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Boy, just look at the look and how relaxed Max Clark is right here. Facing 100 miles an hour. Guy that's saved 30 out of 35 games.
Another foul ball.
Just staring him down, making sure that he takes and gets a good pitch to hit. Look at the look on his face. Nice, calm breathing technique.
Pitch number 9. Max gets a very small piece of it and stays alive. The heartbeat continues.
Boy, just flipping the bat at it, like swinging straight down at it just to get a piece. Wow.
At least you're making the 9th inning harder for Cade Smith. He's had to work here. Pitch number 10 to Clark. And he sweeps it foul again. Off his own body that time. He'll take a moment.
Boy, what an at-bat. Cade Smith is making some great pitches with that split finger, and he can't get it by Max Clark. Pitchers have been going to the high fastball up around the letters to Max Clark.
Man, what a duel. 98 that time.
And he can't put him away. Still, it's all those split fingers and comes back with 98. Still can get a piece.
2-2 again. He struck him out. He had to reach back for 101 to vanquish Max Clark.
Yeah, but what an at-bat. Just give to that forcing fastball a little up and just couldn't quite catch up to it. Swung right underneath it. See that look on his face? Just missed.
12 pitch at bat. Max Clark and Cade Smith. 100.7 miles an hour is what Cade Smith had to haul off with to strike out Max Clark. And we will see if the 12 pitches Cade Smith threw somehow pile up and affect his 9th inning. Stephen Vogt calling on Cade Smith for 4 outs tonight. As Nathaniel Lowe skies this toward third. Colt Keith into foul territory to make the catch. Colt pinch hit for the Tigers in the bottom of the 8th, so he's at third. McGonigal moves from third to short. Baez moves from short to second, and Torque moves from first to first.
Now extremely important, a good start for Rainey here, just to make sure he puts up another 0. Tigers got a little momentum going into that bottom of the 9th, and they're going to have to face that top of the order again too.
8, 9, and 1. So McGonigal will show up in the 9th, and you hope a runner on base. I'm sorry, Gleyber Torres will show up in the top of the card. I have McGonigal leading off on the brain, but the lineup different tonight with a left-handed starter on the mound, as it's 1-1 on and now. So it'll be Baez, Outman, Torres coming up, then Dingler, then McGonigal. 1-1. Fouled away, 1-2. Fly ball left field. Outman back on it. He's at the track and he makes the catch. Cozying up with the wall for out number 2.
Boy, showing a little bit of pop right there. And now going the other way. James Outman usually used to playing out there in center field and makes a fine catch for the second out.
Here is Hedges. He's been a big part of the offense tonight. He drove in a run, the second run of the 7th inning. That was the 6th and final run for now for Cleveland. He's walked twice as well. One.
Boy, it is. They've been so careful with Austin Hedges. Fromber was the same way, walking him twice, and Rainey here falling behind again.
3-1. Called a strike. He's going to challenge.
Yeah.
That's ball 4, right?
Yeah, it sure looked like it live.
Pitcher's called a strike. Batter's challenging.
ABS challenge powered by T-Mobile. Yeah, that's a ball.
Cleveland has 2 remaining.
He challenged it right away.
He did.
Like it was his reason for being on earth. First ever 3-walk game for Austin Hedges. You're watching it. That goes back to 2015. This is his 12th year in the majors.
2015, he had a 3-walk game.
Well, no, this is his first 3-walk game. His career goes back to 2015. Like he's played for 12 years. He's never had one of these.
God.
And this in the air to right field is catchable. Zach McKinstry is there. The side is retired. 8-9-1 for the Tigers when we come back.
The name of our firm.
Tigers baseball on Detroit Sportsnet is brought to you by Corewell Health. Together we can. Logan River here with Andy Durst getting you set for Tigers postgame. And Andy, if Max Clark just showed us one thing, this Tigers team, they are not going down without a fight.
That's a perfect example of what this Tigers team's about. You saw the battle he had with Cade Smith. Did he wear Cade down enough for the Tigers to take advantage here in the bottom of the ninth?
We will see, Jason.
Sounds good. 8-9-1 coming up. Cade Smith throws his 13th pitch of the night. As Dirks alluded to, it was a 12-pitch standoff between Smith and Clark. Cade Smith will, with that under his belt, face Javi Baez and spin him a sweeper. 1 ball, 1 strike to Javi.
Yeah, pitch that he only throws about 3% of the time. Knows that he's going to try to get Javi to chase that pitch.
Fires in a firm fastball, and Javi's going to challenge. He thought it was low.
Pitch was called a strike. Batter's challenging.
ABS challenge powered by T-Mobile. Ooh.
Detroit has 1 remaining.
And no remaining challenges. John Lubka said 1 remaining, but the Tigers are out of challenges. 1-2. Missed it. And boy, you're really living on the edge when you don't have any challenges left in the game now.
Boy, and this is where right after, if Cade Smith throws one of those sweepers after a couple fastballs on the outside part of the plate.
Oh boy, he missed with it in the middle of the plate. And Javi deposits it into left field. The Tigers have the tying run coming to the dish.
Yep, and that's just, again, a pitch that he throws just about 3-4% of the time, but it stayed over the plate. It didn't get outside where they wanted it. Javi just put it in play. It's got enough of the plate that he can put his bat to it. Good start.
Never know. James Outman, first pitch, ball 1.
And here it is. It looks like he's going to have to really throw a lot of pitches to get through this inning.
Two balls, no strikes. Maybe a take here, we'll see. Outman slices it foul, 2-1.
Boy, nothing that Stephen Vogt can do. He's got his closer on the mound. Just, it's all in your hands, big boy.
Firm strike, 2-2. That was enough of this fastball. All heaters to Outman so far. And then the splitter.
And it was a good one. I mean, after those 100-mile-an-hour fastballs get you all sped up, and this thing looks like it starts about belt high. There's no spin on that. That's like a fork ball. That just comes out and just goes straight down.
Gleyber Torres.
Well, it just seems like he can throw that fastball in that outside corner at will to the right-handed hitters.
That one veers outside. We get a challenge by Hedges.
Pitcher's called the ball.
Outside.
Catcher's challenging.
ABS challenge powered by T-Mobile. Did it trip the wire? Oh, it did. Great
Cleveland has 2
challenge
remaining.
by Hedges twice tonight. He snuck a strike. That was very close.
Yeah, just like he was when he was hitting. Just immediately knew it was a strike.
It is an uncomfortable spot to have the other team have 2 challenges and the leeway to mess around with it and to not have any if you're the Tigers. 1-2, sheared foul by Torres.
Boy, there it is again. It's just been 3 fastballs, and they've all been perfectly located right on the outside part of the plate. Gleyber can take that pitch the other way if it leaks back over slightly.
Check swing, he did not. 2-2.
Tried to start it on that outside edge.
Little piece of it for Gleyber Torres. Cade Smith's season high in pitches came in a doubleheader on April the 5th. 33 pitches. He's only gone over 30 3 times all year. And he's going to have to hit 30 tonight.
Boy, and I mean, if he can get out of this, I mean, it's going to be a coin flip in tomorrow's game. If the Tigers can keep wearing him down and somehow pick this game off.
Ball 3, what a take. Oh, doctor.
Wow.
3-2 to Torres. Another lengthy affair. Base hit right field. 2 on for the Tigers. 1 out here in the 9th, and Dylan Dingler, the catcher of the year in Major League Baseball, one of the engines of this offense, is the winning run.
How about these at-bats that the Tigers are grinding out, though? Max Clark with the 12-pitch at-bat. Gleyber Torres with a 9-pitch at-bat. Finally got that fastball on the outside part of the plate and hammered it into right field. If it just leaks a little bit, Gleyber can hit it out there, and it did. Stayed on his barrel. Short, quick swing into right field. And Carl Willis, you know, he's just out there trying to give Cade Smith a little bit of a breather.
This very well could be, Dan, the most pitches Cade Smith has thrown in his Major League career. In his debut in 2024, he threw 34 pitches in 2 innings at Oakland. It's been so long since he threw that many pitches, that team doesn't even exist in that stadium anymore.
And you got Tim Herron warming up, possibly for Kevin McGonigal.
Dylan Dingler, first pitch. It's a strike on a fastball.
And there it is again. Every one of those fastballs is on the outside part of the plate. He is yet to come inside.
Same deal. This next pitch will tie a career high for Cade Smith. Right there.
There was nothing fancy about whatever Carl Willis said. Go after him with 3 fastballs, but look where these things are located. Right there. How are you going to hit that one? That one's on the outside corner a little bit higher. That one right on the outside. You're looking for something else and snuck it by him. He's going to stick with Kate Smith here, too. Kevin McGonigal can come up and be a hero again.
He's the winning run at home plate. Swing and a miss at a fastball at 100. 1 ball, 1 strike. Cade Smith's having to earn his paycheck tonight. Cleveland did the same thing to Kenley Jansen 24 hours ago. Forced him to grind through a 9th inning in a 6-4 game. 2-1 to Kevin. On the ground, left side to shortstop. That's a long tag on 1 hop, and Rocchio got it there to finish off a Cleveland victory in Game 2 of this series. And we are going to play a rubber match tomorrow. The Guardians survive a 9th inning rally by the Tigers.
Man, how about these at-bats were just tremendous by the Tigers to fight it right down. And boy, Kevin McGonigal looked like he may try to just squeeze that one through, but what a play by Rocchio, quickly getting rid of that. And a big pickup over at first base to finish the play by Nathaniel Lowe, just coming in replace of Rhys Hoskins to save the day for the Guardians. What a game, what a finish.
Tigers gave it a run, Dan, but it's going to have to be a decider coming up tomorrow. Tigers lose to Cleveland, and we will see you tomorrow afternoon.
Can't wait, another good one, and maybe without a Kate Smith going into that game, it's a good thing to think about.
Tigers made him work. Cleveland gets the victory. Andy Dirks and Logan Reaver will have Cure Auto postgame after this. For Denny Blunt, Andrew Blaustein, Johnny Kane, Dan Petrie, Jason Benetti, our entire crew. Final score is 6-4. Cure Auto postgame follows.